Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I've got some really exciting news. Finally, I called the mechanic today. Today's Tuesday, and I asked him, I said, hey, did you happen to get a tracking number, or are they just giving you a line of BS and say, forget it, get off our back? But no, he said, I got a tracking number. Hallelujah. Finally got a tracking number, which means the part is on the way. So come to find out, the part is coming out of Kentucky. And right now it's in Illinois, and it should be here between 10 and 12 on Friday the 15th. Let's hope the truck doesn't break down or an accident or something that delays a part after this many weeks. It'd probably be my luck. But yeah, the part is on the way, and Steve said, don't get in a hurry. So when we get it, it's going to take a little time consuming to get this put on. So it'd probably be, I'm going to say, at least by Wednesday of next week. So which is the 20th or 21st. So yeah, about 10 days before we close. So, hey, at least the part's on the way. So, which is good. I'm going to put a little picture right here in just a moment of what my air mattress is now looking like. So that's my air mattress. It's about to explode. So it's only going to last another week, hopefully. But it's about to explode. As you saw, it is so out of shape. And I can see why they kind of left it behind. But when I first got it, it didn't look like that. So something happened, and it has expanded more on one side. So now I got to lean like this. So I got to prop myself up in the underneath, so kind of balance me out. And I can't turn it around because one side is so much higher than the foot side. So I can't do that. But it's going to make it another week, hopefully. But yeah, that's the good news. The better news is going to be when they call up and say, come get your bus off our yard. That'd be really good news. He won't say that, but I'm thinking, but beautiful day. A few clouds in the sky. We got a chance of rain this weekend. So like 80, 90% come on Saturday, Friday and Saturday. So hopefully we'll get some rain, because it is, like I said in the last video, it's like desert dry Arizona out here almost. It's getting real powdery. So we need some rain. And what else is going on? Not too much, but we're up here in the upper trail. This is the loop that goes up to the Virgin Rim Trail, which is about a half mile or so higher. And then also connects to the Navajo Lake Loop Trail, which is just 50 or 60 feet up there. And that loops the entire lake, the Navajo Lake Loop Trail, about 9 miles around the lake. So we have yet to make the entire loop. We've gone that way, we've gone that way for a couple miles, and that's as far as we've gotten. And I would go further this year, but I don't want to leave stuff in my tent, because there's no way to lock it up without taking everything and blocking it up in the bathroom or something. So, so I just kind of been staying around. So we'll just get on with the video here in just a moment. And now that the bus is getting close to being ready to be paid for, if anybody would like, you're welcome to go to the GoFundMe in the link below. And if you'd like to, no demand, just volunteer only. You'd be great, just to kind of help replenish what I've spent or going to be spending on the bus. I'll give you an update on the trees that I planted and other things. But first, this tree right here. This is a natural sprouted ponderosa pine, the only one that I have found in this entire area. There's lots of white firs and Doug firs and Engelmann spruce, but this is the only naturally grown ponderosa pine that I have seen. And you can tell that because of the big needles on it. That thing will wind up, if it doesn't get killed, several hundred feet tall and 200 or 300 years old. So we'll give you the view here on the trees I planted in just a moment. I'm up here in the upper loop right now, and I'll show you. I only planted like 5 trees up here. One's right here. Where? There. Oh, there it is. So some of them are looking pretty green. I do water them about once or twice a week. So that one I think will probably make it if it makes it through the winter. I've got 4 more that are scattered around, and 2 of them aren't looking good, but 3 of them are looking pretty decent. Out of all the trees that I've transplanted, I would say I probably got about 30% of them that looks like they might live this season. It's been a rough season up here, especially for transplanting trees, because it hasn't rained any, and a lot of the trees I just lost. I'll show you why in a few minutes, but I couldn't find them. You put trees this big inside on the ground, and then all of a sudden, you'll see when I show you. And then some of them just didn't take. I watered them and tried to do it, and some of them were stepped on by campers. Some of them were driven over by campers. Yes, driven over, and I had the trees off of the campsite area, and they still drove over them. And some of them had tents placed on top of them and smashed down and broke. And people are rough on trees. I'll tell you what, they are rough on some trees. So we got about 30% of them, I'm thinking, that are survivable, and hopefully we'll see what happens in the spring next year when I come back. Hopefully the snow will be good to them, and they won't break any more off, and they'll provide the nutrients and the moisture they need to continue on growing. We'll see what happens. So I'm not going to really plant any more trees until then, because it's just way too dry. Even with the rain this weekend, if it comes in, who knows when it's going to rain again, and that may be 2 or 3 months before they get moisture, and they're going to die before they get. So I think I'll wait till springtime, and wait till spring and see what's still alive, what I can move around and what I can't. And one thing I have noticed in here in the upper loop, as I was walking around, there were hundreds of little bitty white fir seedlings, like the ones I planted in the bus, that have come up all around this erosion control area. So I'm going to wait and see what that does next year. If they survive, a lot of them haven't, because there's no water. So we'll see what survives, and if they do survive, then I can move them, because they're right against, like this far from the pavement, which is not good. You don't need a tree that far from the pavement, so they'll have to be removed or killed anyway. So we'll see. Let's go around here and show you some more trees, and show you why I lost a few of them. And this is one reason why Zen likes coming up to this upper loop. Lots of shade and cool spaces for the dog. And this is the reason why I lost the trees. There's like a 6-inch tree planted. There's 2 or 3 of them out here somewhere. I can't find them. I couldn't find them when the grass started growing. When I first started, the grass was a lot shorter, and they were just hard to find. So I actually lost the trees somewhere in all this grass everywhere. Hopefully they'll make it. We'll find out next season. Just a couple more, then we'll end the video. Here's the tree I planted last year. So that's it. That's been here for over a year. So that will make it. That's just right down from my camp, real close, just wide open. So, but that'll make it, because that's been here a year, so it's already gone through the winter. I'll show you a couple more over here, and then we'll be done. I need to become a parking lot over here again. We'll get this cleared out pretty soon. And over here, yeah, this is a couple I planted this year. This one here, that'll make it. That's really green. Starting to get a tad bit of brown on it, but not bad. It'll make it. And then over here is ponderosa pine that I planted. That one should make it. It's got all of its leaves on it, and they're still intact and green. And so that'll work. And a couple more over here. I'll show you one that the different stages of trees as I walk around. These are all behind my campsite, so I'm right here above. This one here, that'll make it. It's got a little bit of brown, but they're still flexible. I always check to see if they're, you know, crunchy or flexible. And I got one over here. This is what, you think that'll make it? Probably not, but that's some of the different stages of trees I've got planted. So it'll be exciting to see next year what comes up and where I can find them. Because even over here, I know I see one. There's a couple smaller ones somewhere in this mess too, but there's an old ponderosa at one point. There used to be massive. That thing's probably 4 feet across. So I like to plant some trees kind of, and one thing, planting trees, as I'm standing here, there's no shade. There's not a bit of shade on this host site until 7 o'clock at night when that sun gets behind those trees. So maybe for the future hosts, they'll have some shade. But let's get back down and we'll say thanks for watching, everybody. And give you more news on the bus, but right now the part is on its way. And we'll say thanks for watching again, and we'll see you guys on around the campsite.